Hi, my name is Rob Williams and I'm the National Industrial Organiser of the Socialist Party. The greed and incompetence of bosses at Carillion has caused the company's collapse. While they make off with the money, tens of thousands of workers are facing uncertainty over their jobs and pensions and the services Carillion run. Why should workers pay the price for the boss's greed? This is a firm at the rotten core of the capitalist establishment's privatisation drive. Bosses at Tarmac created Carillion under Tony Blair's government to exploit New Labour's sell-offs of essential public services. Carillion's owners and senior managers have creamed off profits from the so-called private finance initiative, PFI. John Major's Tories invented PFI as a way of hiding costs and creating new sources of profit for the bosses. The National Audit Office says the remaining cost is over £200 billion and PFI can be 40% more expensive than public investment. PFI means selling facilities and services to privatisers, then leasing them back from these vultures over years or decades. It exploded under Blairite Labour's anti-worker government in particular. All PFI contracts should be scrapped immediately with no compensation for these fat cats. Running services for profit means competing to reduce costs. So Carillion has been a front-runner in the race to the bottom in workers' pay and conditions. Years of heroic campaigning by victimised workers forced Carillion to admit it had blacklisted trade union reps. And it's workers who now face being thrown on the scrap heap. The bosses responsible have had their bonuses stopped, but they have already made out like bandits. The chief executive quit last year when things went sour, still got nearly £700,000 in pay and benefits. The current chief executive is on £750,000. The Socialist Party supports the call of Mick Cash, the General Secretary of the RMT Union, when he says that the infrastructure and support works must be immediately taken in-house with the workforce protected. This must be applied to all outsourced workers in the public sector and threatened workers in the private sector. We welcome Jeremy Corbyn's call for the end of privatisation. Now we should call for Carillion's accounts to be open to the public and scrutinised by the workforce and trade unions. The company should be taken into direct public ownership to protect jobs and stop the asset strippers. Compensation should be paid only on the basis of proven need, to small shareholders and pension funds, for example. Jeremy Corbyn could also use this scandal to put himself and the trade unions at the head of the February the 3rd demonstration in London against the crisis in the NHS called by Health Campaigns Together and the People's Assembly. Labour and the unions should pledge to finance trains and buses from every area that day to come to London for a mass mobilisation. We believe a movement such as this would have the power to force out the Tories who, along with their big business mates, are destroying our NHS and public services, especially if it was linked to a strategy to build for coordinated strikes.